What a blessing way to welcome you to the program, The Real Issues, especially on the Friday edition. My name is Thomas Blackstone and I'm here presenting today's edition. I'm here also with my colleague Jay Cassius, B. Weirto. Together we'll be serving you breakfast on the weekend. And remember, today is Friday, the 3rd of February, 2023. And it's actually a spectacular one. I can promise you that today's edition is going to be very hot because there are a lot of issues, key issues we'll be looking at. So let's take this break. When we come back, then definitely we dive into our issues for today because there are a whole lot to talk about, but we did not, we can just waste time. So let's take this and then we'll be back in a split or just in a jiffy. Come on, let's go.
Say, Allah, Day in and break, everybody on the hustle. Some people know like peace, they want some trouble. Crime rates on the increase, the government can protect the people. Hold up, no justice for the poor. Yeah. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future, yeah. We have everything in abundance, but we die and rot and greed. We pray, asking the Lord for another Moses, cause all we have is pharaohs, yeah. In our suffering is what they're making business of, yeah. The rich get richer and the poor people suffer. Them promise say, them bring development and better education. Our lands are fertile, no food on the land. Our children, we're pushing into begging. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair, yeah.
So Cassius would like to say welcome to the program, The Real Issues.
Good morning, a pleasant welcome. What a wonderful way to welcome our viewers watching us from across Liberia. I'd like to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon based upon whatever part of the world you are watching us from. It's a pleasure also to be on the platform, The Real Issues. We're going to be discussing this morning on the real issues on Today Liberia television, the communications from District Number 6 representative of Bon County. We call her the female general, that is Honorable Mwema Briggs Mensai. Her communications speaks volume. Her communications also having a great caring concern about the country, citizens of the country. So we're going to be looking at District Number 6 Bon County Representative Honorable Mwema Briggs Mensai communications to the plenary on yesterday. And also our next thing we're going to be discussing this morning again is going to be on the appearance of other ministers, deputy ministers of public work, and followed by the director of Road Fund, Boniface Satu, at the Liberia Senate on yesterday. They were also placed on an oath, and they left on an oath because due to some reasons. We're going to also bring you up to speed on that from the Liberia Senate and the Honorable House of Representatives. So these are things that we have on our plate for today's discussion. So those of you just joining us, Good morning, a pleasant welcome. Good afternoon. Austin D. Akwed Sion is one of our regular listeners. We like to say kudos, and we have Josh, who is also one of our regular listeners. Josh Robertson, right? Josh Robertson, who happen to be one of our regular listeners. We have Datu. Datu is also a regular listener to us as well. So I'd like to say welcome. Good morning, those of you watching us from Liberia. Good afternoon. Good evening to those of you watching us from other part of the world as well. So these are things that we're going to be discussing on our Friday edition of the program, The Real Issues, this morning. And having to be the weekend. So it's the weekend discussion here. So what we're going to do here is that regularly, let's get a share from those of you watching us. Let's get a share from you. We'd like to appreciate a share from you, and also your views and comments are very key and paramount to us on this premium platform, Today Liberia Television, TLTV, on the program The Real Issues. On our Member Briggs main side of District 6, Bon County, had a communications, and that communication is very important to be discussed. We can never hold our peace on such communication that having to bear the interests of the Liberian people. On a Member Briggs message on yesterday, I sent a communication to plenary, craving the indulgence to invite the gender minister and other ministers who are responsible for child protection, the let's say the Liberian National Police Child Division as well, to plenary to explain why children are still roaming around the streets. Parents, is it that parents are taking children from the interior side and also bringing them to sell while their cakes are in school, or is it that there is no funding for cakes who are in the street to go to school? So we're going to break you the reading of the communication by the chief clerk of the Honorable House of Representatives, followed by the essay there, followed by the brief explanation by from Honorable Member Briggs Mensah. Then we dive into it. Lastly, going to be the excerpt from Hall, where you're going to be seeing quiz of top journalists and a lot of journalists having some quiz with Hall as well on that issues. So we bring you the communications first, and followed by the brief discussion in session, and later we bring you the excerpt from herself. So let's bring you the communications.
The Honorable Lady for 2 minutes, brief.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Honorable Speaker, the issue with our kids is very alarming and is getting out of hands if we don't, this awkward body don't take some stand by inviting the Minister of Gender and the police. When you pass around, especially while schools are in section, you see little children all on the street.
Robert Chambers, Speaker, House of Representatives, Capitol Hill, Capitol Building, Republic of Liberia. Dear Honorable Speaker and fellow colleagues, I present warm compliments through this medium, crave the indulgence of the Honorable House of Representatives to invite before this august body the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Minister Williamenta Sedita, and the Liberian National Police Inspector General, Colonel Patrick Sudwe, to explain their reasons for not enforcing the rights of children as enshrined in the Child's Rights Law of 2011. Honorable members, a few months ago we commemorated the 16 days of activism as a country, thereby alarming all harmful practices and violations against women and children over the past years and finding means to eradicating these challenges. While we strive personally to limit some of these situations, I am concerned of the actions taken by these specialized government authorities to combat this situation, as the number of violations against children's rights in Liberia has rapidly increased, with specific interest on the number of children involved in street selling. A few years ago, I wrote this august body alarming the increase in child prostitution And when the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection was called, she blamed it on low budgetary allocation. And now there's another increase of violation against our children. Seeing children in the street selling is saddening, and it is only important that we invite these authorities to accept the reasons and take legislative action to curtail these circumstances during the budgetary period. It is my fervent hope that plenary takes prompt action on this issue, as it is important to protect the future leaders of our beloved state. Hopefully yours, Honorable Mama Briggs Mensa, Bon County Legislative Caucus, Representative District 6, Bon County, Republic of Liberia. Mr. Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a communication from your honorable colleague, Mama Briggs Mensa of District 6, Bon County.
Thank you very much.
She's the chief clerk of the Honorable House of Representatives, reading the communication of Honorable Mama Briggs Mensa. So, Honorable Mama Briggs Mensa is the head, head of the Bon County Legislative Caucus, the chair. And also, she had this communication a few years ago about prostitution, girls in the street, carrying on prostitution. She also summoned the gender minister. She also came and said because the reason is because of low budget allocation, and she's also concerned about another one that have taken over the street. You may be aware, if you just leaving from here to Red Light, you will see people all in the street begging. Not just the how do we call them, the disabled, but the kids who are in the street begging, the kids who are in the street selling, the street sellers. Majority of them are the kids who supposed to be in school, who's supposed to be the future leader of our country tomorrow. But let's leave it at that and bring you the next asset, the next voice from the representative of Self, District number 6, representative of Bon County, Honorable Mama Briggs Mensa.
So we will entertain the honorable lady for 2 minutes brief.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Honorable Speaker, the issue of our kids is very alarming and is getting out of hands if we don't, this awful body don't take some stand by inviting the Minister of Gender and the police. When you pass around, especially while schools are in section, you see little children all on the street selling. And in fact, the most alarming one is children now are in fact being paid to take visually impaired people around, and later on at the end of the day, they have them paid. The last time we talked about the prostitution issue, we were here, we spoke to a concerning, and the gender minister came and said she needed $1 million to help her curtail the issues. And up to present, that has not stopped. All of those pictorial evidence that I brought here and displayed it to my colleagues, it's still happening. If you go 14th Street, they have even increased. You see young people all on the street and making sure that they are enticing men, because nobody is taking any stand. So it's important that the little kids issue be addressed, because we're going to election now. We're seeing children getting missing. We see children part being extracted and a whole lot of things happening to them. So I hope this body will see it necessary that we call the gender minister. The last time she said it was because of budgetary issues. I hope she addressed some of those issues in her budget that is presently before us, and see how best the body can come together to see how we can curtail some of these issues to save our children's life and have a pleasant election. Thank you.
Thank you very much. District number 6, representative of Bon County, chair on the Bon County Legislative Caucus. They're speaking about the street setters, more especially our children in the street, our children in the street who are selling. Something she spoke on that shocked me though is that even the cakes who take, I believe in my own right mind, the cakes who take the disabled, the visually impaired people to the street to have a survivability. I believe they should be their own cakes and what have you. But what shocked me the most on yesterday is that Honorable Briggs Mensah said she has some intervention and some interview with the cakes before a few years back. Some cakes told her that they have been paid to get in the street. So every other thing that they're generating from baking in the street, every other thing that they're generating from the activities, they will go and have their own share. So she said these things will not be safe for our country. Our Bomi County correspondent is watching out, Abraham Packard, and our Austin D. Acquisition is watching out from Minnesota. Many thanks to keep watching us. Those of you watching us, Kenan Morris Jr. is watching out from Grand Bassa, the post city of Grand Bassa, Buchanan City as well. So I like to say welcome and let's get us shared and let's participate. Do you think that the street sellers or the cakes that are in the street, do you think is it safe for our country, Thomas?
Well, Cassius, I think this communication from Honorable Mensah is something that is an issue problem. Let me say that it's an issue problem. These are some of the effects of the war.
But any eradication?
Yeah, it needs to be eradicated.
Yeah.
And it's going to take time to get this eradicated.
For how long we're going to be taking? For how long we're going to take time to? Because we've been a parliamentarian of Uganda said we always believe in just keep saying the 14-year civil war. He said we were not the only country that have been marching on like 14-year civil war. Other countries fought war and they are developing.
Cassius,
yeah.
The reality is this, right? We must accept the fact and then be willing to move forward.
Definitely, right? we do accept the fact.
No, there are people who have not yet accepted this fact that despite these things we need to move on. Right?
Yeah.
So now this is the issue. We need to go through the process and we need to be serious here. And all of these problems derive from us as a people. Our thinking, the mind. We still believe that this issue is something that is hard to go away, and that's not true. We can make this issue go away. That's just a reality. People may not want to accept it, but it's just a reality. We can
this is because the issue can be wiped away. There can be a solution. That is the reason District number 6 representative of Bon County decided to have the attentions of the plenary.
But Cassius, she stated something that the general minister said was due to the lack of
budget allocation, and right? she requested for an amount that was given by the legislator.
Yes, but then have they allotted this? Such monies?
And of course, it was allotted to her.
Have they been able to monitor these things? Have they been truthful to themselves in questioning the usage of these monies?
That is the reason.
Accountability is something. You can just raise an issue and then you go and then sit down.
That is the reason.
When election is coming, then you start to bring these things up, or because that little child was being brutalized in Bomi the other time. These things are things that we see every day. No day in this country, no day that God will afford you the opportunity to see, and you get in the street, you wouldn't see children in the street with visually impaired, or even some of them selling in the streets. Cassius, I am telling you this for free. Nowhere in Liberia here that you won't see that. Nowhere.
So based upon that, Thomas, do we say based upon that it should
The
just
communication
continue.
is important.
It should just
Very
continue.
important.
She's Honorable Bridge Mesa have been having such communication. She have been one of the vocalists on in plenary. Her communication is always great. Her communications always raise very essential interests of the country. This representative we are speaking of is a female though, and she's a mother as well. So she knows what it takes to have your child or your kids in the street. So she been having all of the time with the kids. Sometimes she, yeah, of course, like she's there in the, yeah.
Let me tell you, this is why they need to do the honorable thing. They look at the budget, they scrutinize out the budget and decide what goes to where.
Yeah,
so
now,
Cassius. There are institutions that need to be formed. Funding needs to be provided to this institution so that these things can be accomplished. Cassius, let me tell you, see children in the street selling, take them off, and then put them to a specific place wherein we can take their responsibility. A lot of funding for this thing.
Yeah.
But that's some of the, I'm coming.
She's not clear with the authority, though she's a representative, but she's not a general minister.
Cassius.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she in person. I'm talking about the legislature.
Okay.
They make the laws. Make these laws. Let the executive enforce them. A lot of funding for these things. Put this case somewhere so that they can be there when they are there. And anyone who comes out for them, let them be able to sign. Once those children are seen, then let them be prosecuted. Sometimes we have to take these rated like in this.
Remember Bridge Mesa said the main reasons the communications been coming, but the main reason this identical communication came is because the SS is there. You're going to listen to that. It's because the budget is before them. You will say election is coming. It's true though that the election is coming, but when did the budget arrive? The budget scrutiny just started this go Monday.
Yeah.
So based upon that, she has said because the budget is before them and the gender minister requested for an allocation of additional funding. So based upon that, since the budget is before them, she want to see the budget. That's the reason they are craving the indulgence to invite the gender minister and the head of the Liberian National Police to explain to them, because I believe that is her also responsibility to explain to them this is what we have in the budget, and because of this we have in the budget, we cannot do this, and then they will see how best they will raise more funding to have it be increased. But then she's saying the budget is before them and they have to do a scrutiny, and also let the general minister and the Liberian National Police tell them what do they need to get the children from the street.
Cassius.
Yeah.
Before even going to that place, this should have been the other many questions that should have been asked by these parliamentarians, by our honorables, as we call them. This should have been the fundamental questions. But did they ask the questions, the necessary questions?
What are the questions?
If you did not ask the necessary
what are the questions that you needed? What are the questions?
That's just the reality.
What are the questions that you
What
needed,
she's
Thomas?
bringing out now should have been asked ever since before even allowing funding.
She be asking, as she said.
No, they weren't.
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that and bring the essay. The essay. We're going to listen to the essay that Thomas.
This issue is great and we must attack it.
Yeah, let's listen to the essay. The essays will tell you.
I'm coming to a point.
Okay.
I'm coming to a point. Cassius, when someone comes to you say, I need 100,000 to build a house, right? For instance, ask them, what do you want in that house that will cost 100,000? You know that a normal house will not cost 100,000 in this country. You understand, right? There must be some extra features. How do you intend to achieve this particular thing? How? Who are those that you're going to be working with to see that this particular thing be achieved? Is this really something that is urgent to this country? If it is, then definitely we see reasons now. Then after that, we should be able to conduct our oversight responsibility. But they have failed in our oversight responsibility. This is just a score sheet that she have just brought out that they have failed in their oversight responsibility.
What do you say so?
So there is no plan for even the young children that are coming out. I'm saying this.
There has been a plan. Why you have general ministry? Why you have general ministry? Why you had a child division at the Liberian National Police?
How many years since when did she raise the issue?
She been raising this issue.
Since when? Listen, you at the lower house.
Listen to the essay. Listen to the essay as she said. Listen to the essay. Listen to the essay there as she said. So let's.
She said that I want to know since when Because you let's actually brought up communications. It has one of
So let's bring the essay to the audience, and the audience going to do some judgment here. Let's bring the essays. So those of you watching us, your views and comments are very key and paramount to us here. Not just view us, but follow us through the conversation as well on Today Liberia Television. Jay Cassius is my name, and alongside.
Children are the future of Liberia, and it's getting so alarming. I can tell you, you people are members of the press. Take your camera to the various stations or to the various cities and around town. You see all of the kids on the street now. And the most frustrating part is even during school hours. You see kids on the street selling different items. So it's so concerning. And my own frustration is I see kids also, even school hours, moving around with visually impaired people or other things, and just moving around. And what I've come to understand is, like I saw one little boy, I actually asked him, he told me they are being paid to go around, so they go around all day while they collect some of the people, pay them. So it's really alarming. It's serious thing that we all need to look at it and see what can be done about it. And that is why we, being representation of the people, have brought it to the attention of our own plenary to see what can be done about it. A few times ago, you just saw body of children all around the place. So if these kids are not being taken care of and they go around the street to sell, why if they encounter the wrong person, somebody may take them in the room and say, come, let me buy the goods from you. And they are encouraged and happy because they want to sell, because someone they come with manic. They tell them, why you came to sell? If you finish, don't come home. So and then they encounter the wrong person and take them in the house, buy all the thing and do something to them. It becomes frustrating again. So we must start with this. The kids being on the street, and that is why, because the budget is before us, you can remember years ago I brought up the prostitution issue, and I asked that bring forth the gender minister and the police director to tell us what is it that people are all on the street, 14th Street and other places, hanging cloth on the road and doing other activities that is not appropriate. And the gender minister came and told us that they needed additional funding. They needed like $1 billion to try to curtail these issues. And now the budget is before us. We want to find out from her if she has done such an allocation to make sure that these things are being curtailed or these things are being worked on and eradicated in our country, because it's growing and it's growing on an alarming way.
All right, so two questions before my colleagues can come in. Some of those things can be tied on, the poverty rate in Liberia. The actual poverty rate. Somebody can say, look, if the child doesn't sell, he or she cannot even go to school. If the child doesn't sell, the family cannot eat. Are you also taking that into consideration? B to that question is how alarming it is. The
first thing is, I don't think the children should be the one who should be using in our poverty. So if you think you poor now, why you a second cancer the market? Why you should use the children? They got people, they got philanthropy. Reach out for your children to go to school and other things. And in fact, the primary schools are free. So let's see what can be done for the children to go to school. And election coming. Everybody's so desperate. Some people think that this is the only way they can get power, by doing other things that is not pleasing in the sight of God.
That was my next
question.
We
can have these children.
Is that one thing that have drawn your attention? That was my
seriously. I can tell you.
Recent we see. The past of case. Recently you saw it very disheartening. Is that a reason why you're doing this call? Because elections coming, people want to go to power. They'll use all kinds of means to get there. You think that's one of the reasons?
My advocacy for decency always been done. I spoke about I'm one of the person that championed this issue with the prostitution. I don't think, because these guys are on the street.
So this is how we you listen to the essay. This is how it was done on yesterday. So those of you watching us, let's get your views and comment. Let's have your say on this platform, the real issues, on our Member Briggs Mesa of District 6, Bon County. The chair on Bon County Legislative Caucus has said these things are alarming to our country, impose fear, and more especially we are into the electionary period And so she raising these issues that it will not go too far. That these things will not bring chaos in our country. Thomas, like you were saying, he heard a lady saying few years ago. These are the next issues. She raised even the prosecution. She brought a prosecution communication, seeing children in the street, going to the street to go have fun. And she said even some fighters who have sickness, or some guys who have sickness, they will always like to leave the hospitals or leave other places and go in the street and go pay little or nothing just to damage other children future. So she's also bringing this another communication. She has been a mother who always concerned. She's been lawmaker who always concerned about the citizen and the children as well.
That's true. I understand that, but I think these things needed to have been done ever since, and
what could you turn to as ever since? What could you turn to as ever since? Is it never let them?
The tough questions needed to have been asked. No, we should stop. Always looking at this thing to say better late than never. Because things that are to be done should be done swiftly. That is one thing.
She's been working though.
But fam, now this thing has happened. There have always been allotting budget, right, to the Ministry of Gender, and that's the Liberia National Police. Have they, asked some of these questions ever since? And what it is about 3 years since you brought this communication.
No, not this communication. Not this communication.
Inviting the Liberia National Police
and the general ministry. On the prosecution, the high rate of prosecution. It was a few years ago. She did not say 3 years. She said few years.
I am saying, I'm more sure. I am assuming something like that. I'm not speaking for her.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking out an assumption.
Yeah.
Even if it was 2 years ago, I mean, why didn't she ask in the last budget year? Because you see these things every day. These are not things that you need to conduct additional survey on. No.
So are you saying a representative should not act when it comes to?
I'm not saying
I'm coming.
It's belated.
Are you saying a representative should not act when it comes to when election is drawing near?
I'm not saying they shouldn't act.
Because she brought this communication and this communication have surfaced now, and you are saying it is late. So I'm asking you as to whether a representative should not act when it is electionary period.
Why they shouldn't act?
Because of your thought. Yeah, so that I'm saying because of your thought, though.
My brother, let me tell you this. Things need to be done swiftly, and we must all be willing to understand that these things are things that will harm us. If you think today is not in your shoe because maybe your children are okay, but you know as to whether this could be your relatives' children, those children are somehow
all children of the country have our concern.
Kasha,
all children.
Someone is on the line wanting to participate.
Let's take some callers as well.
Hello and welcome to to the real issues.
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you come from? Okay. Sam, how are you, my man? Long time. Yeah, I'm good. Hello? Hello?
It seems to be we lost that quarter there.
Yeah, we need to. Samuel, whenever you're monitoring us from, you can call.
So those of you watching us that want to be a part of this show, can we put the numbers on the screen? We want to do things very differently.
Right, yeah, I'll work on that. I'll work on that.
Yeah. So you want to partake on the show as well, or you can have your saying through your comments and also the call. So you will be seeing the numbers coming on the screen for participation.
Let's get Samuel. Hello, Samuel. Sorry, we couldn't get you on speaker. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
What's your own take?
What's the take?
If you have WhatsApp, it'll be okay. I can come on to WhatsApp.
Yeah. I think I can. Okay, let me text you my WhatsApp and then you can come. Okay? Alright.
So those of you watching us, we're going to test you the WhatsApp line. Line 1 going to be Thomas WhatsApp line, and line 2 going to be Jay Cash's WhatsApp line as well. So on our Mema Bricks message communication is very important. That I believe in my own right now we can discuss for the next 1 hour. So she's a mother, like I said, she's a mother, and she's also a very tough talking representative of District 6. Master Rider, beg your pardon, District 6 Bon County. She's been a representative who always bring issues on floor that always make sense. So what?
Right, Samuel is on the line again. Let's get Samuel.
Yeah, let's take our caller.
Yeah, hello Samuel.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I hope you can get us.
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Okay.
So we are discussing about District number 6 representative of Bon County, the chair on the legislative caucus communication. What's your own take on that?
Yeah, so first thing I let us say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the show. Thank you for the conversation around a very important issue. And I let us say, you're doing very well. First, let me say thank you to her for the fact that she raising this issue. For me, I don't like to criticize people on the basis of their utterance, their first utterance or issue. But I like to say this: it's not really kind of like timely, but it has to be said. There are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of ways that this thing can be handled. The particular point that really drew my attention is questioning parents as to why, on the basis of poverty, they have to send their children to go sell. Why they can't go sell? The parents, a lot of the parents I know, I've seen some of them, I've spoken with some of the kids. A lot of the parents are selling themselves. A lot of the parents are in the market or somewhere else selling as well. They send the kids to come sell, because if they don't do it, they will not eat for the day. They will not survive. So I really kind of like pity them. It is the economic condition.
Do you also, Samuel? Do you also take into consideration that other parents go to the interior side and bring related children and have them to be in the streets?
I also agree with that. That's a form of how they call human trafficking. That's also against the will of the child. I know that the right of the child is being violated, especially in Liberia mostly. But I'm also saying that, the perfect way is not to just say with mouth. It's to sometimes call for the general minister to come and explain to you. If she's not working, y'all can do for the no confidence in her and let the president know, let them fire her. If the police is not doing the work, you let the IG come in and explain to you. If he is not doing the work, you see that for 5 good years they're not doing their work. The children are on the street, selling on the street. But if very people are saying that you write the communication, I don't think communication should be the issue. I think a long time ago the decision should have been taken that the people come and explain to you why the kids are on the street not going to school. The education minister should come and explain, because there are programs, there are money in budget outlined for these things. Programs are put in place for these things to be handled. So if the particular line entity is not doing the particular work and the head of that entity is called to question, and you question the person, if they cannot say solve the problem, do for no confidence, and then you fire them. The president will fire them. So that's how it should be. But they all play with the issue, and as they talk, somebody will run to them and pay them small thing, and it's being swept under the carpet. That's why some of us, at my age, at 32, I shouldn't be thinking about running into public office. If my leaders have had the opportunity to really, serve well, you understand? But they allow corruption to blind their eyes. At the end of the day, we are telling ourselves, no, we can't keep sitting down on the fence. We gotta go fix this thing. Because if I were in the legislature a long time ago, some of these guys are fired. Seriously, there should be something like vote of no confidence. The president doesn't want to fire the person. You put an impeachment bill and impeach the president.
That cannot be an individual thing. One person cannot sign a vote of no confidence. Do you understand that?
I agree with that, but that's why you're doing everything in your power to make sure that your fellow colleague understand the issue. I'm saying this to say that one person can make a change if you keep doing what you think is right. You understand? It shouldn't be occasional. Speak to the issue. Right? All the international partners are coming. Why you think advocacies work? If you ask somebody in the studio there, he will tell you how he wants to win the entire National Public Health Institute over an issue of delay, article or gross violation of the right of workers after they've been working their salary couldn't be paid. Based on that, we were able to gather my friends and we went to the health committee, we wrote the US embassy, wrote different embassy, wrote the office of the president, went up and down and make sure that all the 65 employees that were laid off from MPhil were paid all of that time. So I'm telling you this because I got first-hand experience. People get nobody say group of people can change things. I go one person can change things. When a group of people, no. The one person can keep sounding the bell, it will get the attention of all people and they will come in. But for 5 good years, this is the 6th year, we election year, and people are talking about changing something, except for election purpose, like I like the way you are putting it. So the point here is you gotta be able to bring it to the attention of your friends a long time. Not just now. This thing has been a long time issue.
So thank you very much for talking to us and participating on the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Welcome.
So those of you watching us that want to partake of this program, the WhatsApp number on the screen there, you can participate is 0778 404414 0776 953710. These are numbers that you want to partake.
That one is not on WhatsApp. The second one, that's on itself. Yeah, you can call it directly.
So you want to call directly and on the WhatsApp as well. So we have the WhatsApp line that ends in 14 and the direct line that ends in 10. So this is it here on the Real Issues. The Real Issues is here to stay together. We're having a great time here, Thomas and I. To participate, you can also have your say through the comment box as well.
Yeah, I think we should take this break. When we come, we bring in their comments. And then before we'll sing.
Yeah. So let's take a break. When we come back, we share the comments on the screen and comments those who commenting and following us here on this premium platform. Today, Liberia, Jay Casher is my name. Thomas, together we having some great time here.
I know you looking for money. No man can serve two masters. The devil wants to confuse, but I am here to give you peace of mind. Come to me, I'm the problem solver, yeah. Come to me, yeah. Come to me, I'm the problem solver, yeah. Come to me, yeah. I'll put bread over your butter, and I'll do all over your matter. I'll put bread over your butter, and I'll do all over your matter. Anything you can call on me, anywhere you can count on me, anything you can call on me, anywhere you can count on me. I'm the God that will answer you, I will always answer you. I'm the God that answers you, I will always answer you. Come to me, I'm the problem solver, yeah. Come to me, yeah. Come to me.
We hold it there, right there. That was a nice piece by Timothy Southern. Remember, he's also having his album launch on Sunday, the 19th of February 2023. So we will be hosting, he will be our guest on this platform on Tuesday. So the lines are up, and now we take your comments now. They are very important.
So let's get our correspondent of our. We lost him. So let's bring on the screen the comments. So Abraham Swan is watching us from Chikisu Factory, one of our regular regular viewers and followers there from Chickasaw Golf Community, Gunnersville, Japan Freeway. April Swen, I'd like to say many thanks and keep watching us. Keep watching us for the very best this premium platform have to offer you. We are the first in news and best in entertainment. This is Today Liberia on the program The Real Issues on the Friday edition, where we discussing District Number 6 Bond County Representative on our Member Briggs Mesa Communications, how grave it is within our Liberian setup, where we seeing cakes all in the street. Let's bring you the next person on the screen there. Next on the screen. So on a Member Briggs Mesa, Communications. But let's leave it at that quickly and bring you a very emergency report from our Margibi County correspondent who want to call in with this report. Let's bring that very quickly. Ruth Cody, age is okay. I believe this is coming from our Margibi County correspondent. Robert, we have already resolved that, Robert. So I believe that has been resolved. Let's bring our Margibi County correspondent quickly. Sedu, is that Sedu? Saidu Sabai? Yeah. Koyan is watching us. From which part of this? Okay. He had his own saying on this conversation that we having here. So thank you very much.
He's actually from Singapore.
Okay, from Singapore. Thank you very much. Let's bring our correspondent from Margibi County with this urgent report. Good morning.
Good morning, Cassius. Let me say good morning to Thomas. Good morning to everyone watching and listening to us this morning.
Thank you very much. Would you like to bring us to speed an urgent report that we just saw in our chat discussion?
Yeah, the day before yesterday, there was a very serious situation in Recent Camp. Recent Camp is one of the sub units of Habel City. So wherein a 20-year-old girl told journalists and also informed the public that her father, in person of Mr. Arthur Regis, was actually being arrested present by his friend who have gone to Recent Camp so that they can go and have some level of entertainment.
Did you say he was what? He was pressing?
Yeah, he was being present.
Okay.
According to what we have gathered so far.
Okay.
So he was present by his friend one Anthony Jones.
Right.
It has been established that he is the big brother of Margibi County District Number 2 Representative Alpha Cocos Jones.
Okay.
So it happened on the 1st of February when the late Arthur was at home with his daughter, when Mr. Jones had gone to their residence and requested that he, Jones, and Arthur should go out to have some amusement time. So, according to the daughter of Mr. Arthur, is that her father resisted, but due to the continued pressure of his friends, so he decided to get on the motorbike so that the two of them can go out and entertain. So after they have gone for 7 hours, according to this little girl, she only saw her father and Mr. Jones on the motorbike and very helpless. And it was how Mr. Jones told her father, carry her father into their room and gave his number to her saying, if anything happens to my friend, you people should call me so that I will know what to do. So because of the continued helplessness of this of the victim, Mr. Arthur, the girl have to call on other residents of the recent community, and they all came and they were able to rush into the hospital. But before their arrival to the Dusa Hospital, which is the biggest hospital in the Firestone region, doctors at the medical facility already told them that prior to their arrival, the victim was already dead. So it is a very serious situation right now in Margibi County.
So what have been some concerns shown by the local authorities?
So as we speak right now, police has actually have Mr. Jones arrested and is in police custody. And I'm told a forensic autopsy report will be conducted on the body of the victim, Mr. Arthur, within the shortest coming time. So the victim or the perpetrator is currently in police custody as we speak.
Could you like to bring up to speak as to whether you were you talked to the victims or the perpetrators? I mean.
So when we get to have the yesterday, we tried talking to the perpetrator, Mr. Jones, but he said that he reserved all comments because the case currently is before the police. So because it is before the police, so he cannot speak to the media until the police go on with the investigation. So we tried to talk to the police, but the police said that they have not conducted their preliminary investigation, so they cannot brief the press as to what is actually happening until they can actually carry on the investigation. Also, with the autopsy and the forensic report that will actually come out from the conduct of the late Mr. Arthur body. So
what have been what have been the tension rate since then?
So since this thing happened, it is a very serious, like I said in my intro, it's a very serious situation, especially for the lower end, which is the Firestone Belt. There are citizens of recent camp that have expressed serious concern, and as we speak right now, there are people who are actually living in fear within that part of the country right now over the death of Mr. Arthur, who just told his daughter that, oh, I'm going with my colleague to entertain. And unfortunately, when he came back after a few minutes, he was pronounced dead. It's something shocking, and people have raised serious eyebrow at this moment within the Firestone Belt right now.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you, Cassius. It was a pleasure this morning.
And thank you, Joker.
He's our Margibi County correspondent, a correspondent of our border, just bringing out to speed an emergency situation within the lower part of Margibi County. So we'd like to say many thanks. We've been here bringing you all of the happenings on the real issues like this. Jay Cassius and Thomas, we are here on a Monday to Friday, a regular 8:30 to 10 o'clock. We always bring you the happenings across our country and in Iran as well. So I'd like to say many thanks. We've been discussing on our Member Bricks Mesa communications. We've been discussing the importance of the communications, and people partake as well. Those of you partake on the program, we'd like to say kudos to all of you. We'd like to say Sir Robert, we'd like to say kudos to you as well. April Swen, we'd like to also applaud you, say kudos to you as well. Gavi, Lucy, Matale, Seno, we say thanks to you as well for watching us and commenting on our program as well. And Austin D. Akwed Sion would like to say many thanks to you there, one of our regular. Robertson as well would like to applaud all of you for partaking on this Friday edition. This is how we're going to take our leave. We're going to be back here on Monday with a very fascinating, splendid edition. We say for sponsorship, we appreciate you participating to serve as sponsor for this program. I've been Jay Cassius, the veteran. We are the lead presenter of this program. Many thanks. I'm out of here.
Many thanks to Cassius for sharing this discussion on the weekend edition of the program, The Real Issues. My name is Thomas Blackswa, and I've been here. I produced this edition, and until Monday, like to say, have a blessed day. But don't forget, today we will also be bringing you the program. This too is Liberia. You know, this is a fascinating issue. We'll be looking at a lot of issues that took place over the week or during the week. So definitely, you can follow the program. It's at 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 to 3 p.m. So we will bring you this to its Liberia. So whatever you join us from, we'd like to say thank you for being part of this edition of the program, The Real Issues. And until then, I'm out. Let's take this one.
Since that day, the moment and hour, you came in my life, God. It has never been the same, oh no. But you changed everything, oh, and you blessed everything, oh. I'm on your way, I pose you. Come and leave your voice. Since that day, the moments in hours, you came in my life, God. You came in my life, God. Come and testify. It has never been the same, oh Lord. You changed everything for my good, and you bless everything in my life, God.